Good afternoon, Year 9. Hope you had a good break and got some time to relax. Today, I want to ask you to carry on looking at the technology and consequences of using artificial intelligence. As you can see here in red, consequences and legal issues is what I'm going to ask you to kind of focus on this week. Popping on to the only real slide I'm going to talk about it, to be fair. Consequences and legal issues of artificial intelligence. So, for example, here's a little bit of a thing. So, as AI is rolled out to assess everything from your credit card rating to your suitability for a job, looking at, criminals, chances of reoffending, sometimes AI gets it wrong. AI can only use the information it's given. So if there's a human error on the input, AI wouldn't be able to tell there's an error. It would just use the information anyway. Whereas you'd like to think a human could spot a big problem. So, for example, there was a study, AI was used to assess people's mortality rate for pneumonia, and because people who have asthma are far more susceptible to pneumonia just because it affects the breathing and the lungs and stuff. Now, AI didn't know this, but if you have asthma and you're diagnosed with pneumonia, you pretty much go straight into intensive care, where you get much more, intensive, hence the word intensive treatment, much better treatment, much quicker, and therefore the people with asthma who get diagnosed with pneumonia actually have quite a very high survival rate. But the computer didn't know this. The AI wasn't smart enough to know all this, so it basically said that if you have asthma, you've got less chance of dying from pneumonia, which, by the letter of the information it had, you do, because more people survive. But what it didn't say was, actually you're at a much higher risk of dying from it without the intensive care. So, the AI can only use the information it's been given. It's not able to go out and get information of its own. So if the information is wrong going in, it's 100% guaranteed it's going to be wrong coming out, as one example. Another example that's, certainly I've read various posts about this, and China seemed quite good, expanding this, is facial recognition. They've got cameras everywhere, they can tell where you are. I mean, is it an invasion of privacy? Or are you not bothered that the government know where you are? There's all sorts of things I don't think governments have considered before they started opening a bit of a Pandora's box, really, about letting computers think for themselves. Third and last slide. So this week I'd like to look at consequences and legal issues of AI in society. There's some links to some articles, as always, on Show My Homework. Again, take some notes, because you will be asked to make a presentation or a poster later in a couple of weeks' time. So that's it, short one today. Hope you guys are all okay. And as always, if you have any questions, anything you don't quite understand, feel free to send me a message or send me an email. Otherwise, I'll speak to you guys next week. All right, take care. Bye.